Hello boat fans. I feel I've got some explaining to do because a couple of my lovely followers have pointed out they're a little confused about the timeline with stuff, and I didn't really conclude the Coppercoat story. I've got another episode that I'm working on that finishes that up. So I've broken it up a bit with this 7-day update. So be assured that I will wrap up the Coppercoat story, the not Coppercoat story. I will do that. So what I'm going to do today is fix the fuel system. I've done a lot of work on this already. So this is literally just tidying up the last bits, mounting the 2 filters in position. So I've got one filter and a secondary filter if the first filter becomes blocked for any reason, so that essentially an alternative way for the fuel to get through, so like a bypass filter really. I've just got to get that in, and then once I've got that in today and tightened up, because all the joints I'm doing today are compression fittings, so I'll be able to do all that up, mount the filters first of all, do it all up, and then put some diesel into the tank and see if it actually leaks or not. Hopefully it won't. And this will be the last dirty job I've got to do inside the boat, apart from paint the floor, which I will do once I've finished all this work with the diesel oil and all that stuff, and then I will paint the floor as the last thing. So it's the day of the engine bay. Do excuse my waffling, this tends to be what happens when I'm doing projects like this. This is the scenario. This is going on here. Right, so I'll just tighten this up a little bit. Well, that's pulled itself straight, so pretty good. Got to think about how it was and how it is now. Is it an improvement? Goddamn, yes it is. It really is. So pretty pleased with that. That's pulling itself straight as well now. Also great. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. This was a dirty, scummy little area, and now it's quite nice, isn't it? You see. Now I can tighten up all those fittings. Let's see if I can get a better angle on this actually. Stand by. So I'm trying to just tighten these up. I think I've just done that one. Yep, that's done. Getting to them is quite the challenge actually. Huh. Oh, there we go. No. So maybe what I need... Oh, do I need to take all that off again? Let's have a look. That's that one there. So that's... Ouch, my finger. Damn it. So that's... I hope these are compression fittings. I'm not doing them too tight because, as you well know, you never want to do these things up too tight. They need to be firm, but not over tightened. So if you over tighten them, you can damage them. The tighter doesn't necessarily mean the better sealing. So obviously that I've got to get that tight. So I might have to take off this whole side again actually to get to that. That's all right. Patience is a virtue. So I'm overly confident with this, so I won't be putting a lot of diesel in that tank to start with, just in case all of it fails. That's that, and then this bit goes on here. A lot of joints. Be good if there weren't so many, but I don't really know any other way of doing it. Without completely revamping everything, and it is kind of complicated. just the way this setup is. But my next step hopefully will be an electric engine, so I can get rid of all this fuel leaks and filters and burning dinosaurs. Well, I think that's it. That's as good as I'm going to get it, I think. So that's the setup now. I've got some new filters, but that's my on-off valve there. That's got a water drain in it, that top one. Now all I've got to do back there is see that fuel can there. That's temporary supply for my heating in here, so I could keep toasty in the evenings. So all I have to do now is connect the heater valve back onto that little thing there, the heater pipe, sorry. And then that is the fuel system complete. I will connect that up, put some fuel in, and then attempt to bleed the system, and then I'm going to start the engine. I've got to put on the wiring harness back on. It's a few things, but I'll try to do it today. Right, ladies and gents, momentous occasion. Some fuel going into the JJ, into the tank. I've cleaned the funnel. Let's pour some in. And then not too much, because we don't really know what's going to happen here. I've been here before, so if I do get a diesel leak, I'm well versed at cleaning that up. So we'll just get this in. Hopefully it's connected under the bottom there and I'm not pouring it straight into the locker. Well, good noise is the overflow bit's gurgling, so that the air vent. So let's have a look inside. Right, so fuel's in the tank, and there's the valves there. There's no weepage, that's good. So I'm fiddling up, there's a drain valve there, no weepage. And that's where it joins on the tank. That's where it snapped off, just there. No weepage, okay. Let's turn that on. Any weepage there? No weepage. Let's turn that on. Any weepage? No weepage. Good. Alright, so I suppose what we should do then is to try and get some fuel through the system here. So I don't quite know how that's going to work, to be honest. Fuel pump on the engine, I suppose. There's a little lift pump somewhere. There it is. But, you know, doesn't feel like it's doing anything, but there's probably no fuel in it to draw on, so I might have to get a bit more creative with this. Okay. But there's no seepage or weepage there, or on any of the joints actually, which has got to be good. Well, it's not pissing out. Hang on though, what do we have here? Let's just dry that off and see. So this side is the in. This is where the fuel's coming into the system. I can say there's so many joints here, it's not ideal. Right, so I've got a bit of a head of pressure there. I'm just going to recheck down here and see if there's any leaking. And if there's no leaking, I'm going to put some more fuel into the big tank. It shouldn't leak. I took great amount of time to really do a good job of that with all the sealer and everything. Right, let's go put some more fuel in. What we're going to try and do here is start the engine. I already know what's going to happen here, so I'm going to pull the decompressor to start with so that she won't start, and see if she'll turn over at all. So fingers crossed. Here we go. Good sign, good sign. Right, so she's in neutral. I'll just turn it over a little bit. do. Get some oil around the system, decompressor in, glow plug pressed, and oh, hang on, that's weird. When I press the glow plug, everything goes off. Just to give you a laugh, what I thought was the glow plug is the on-off switch for the panel, but it is dark out here, so can be forgiven that, I think. So let's glow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No way. That's amazing. That's not sounding good. Wow. So there's a bit of a knocking noise, which I'm not happy about, but there's oil in this thing, so I'm just wondering, the water pump's working, so let's just give it a little bit more throttle. Alright, well, that's working. Let's leave it running for a few minutes. Well, that knocking sound has gone away now. I'm just wondering if it was just one of the cylinders not firing. It was consistent with that, and I throttled it right back to tick over, and then she sorted herself out. But that's running great now. My secondary fuel filter still has nothing in it, but frankly I'm not concerned. So I'm absolutely delighted with that. Absolutely beyond delighted. I'm just going to put her back to tick over now. She's running a bit low on water there. Right, so that is just, let's bring her back to tick over. Ticking over like a dream. Absolutely solid. Wow. So the little Volvo Penta has done it again. Speak to me, mama. Well, I just have to say, I mean, wow, what an incredible engine. It must be very robust. It must have some kind of self-bleeding or something, because there must have been a ton of air in there. But she dealt with it. I left it running for 15 minutes or so. She's kind of warm, you know, not too warm. Didn't want to overdo it on the first attempt, did we, baby? That's a massive thumbs up, and so everything has worked. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pack up. That's a fantastic day's work right there. I couldn't be happier.